So Deutsche Bank, Bank of America, JPMorgan are said to be drawn into one of the biggest money laundering investigations in history. That's the probe into Danske's bank activities in Estonia. Joining me now is Bloomberg's Lisa Abramowicz. What is the investigation about?
Well, it's about money laundering through Estonia, right? And that's how Danske Bank got wrapped up in this. But it's roping in all of these other major banks because of something called a correspondent banking system. Basically, this is the circulatory structure around the cross-border payment fee system that is about $160 trillion worth. What I find interesting is that major banks have accounts with other banks in foreign countries that they use to transfer money in and out on behalf of clients. So
foreign cash into dollars. Basically,
for example, yes. So Deutsche Bank and Bank of America both continued to have these kinds of accounts with Danske Bank for a couple years after JPMorgan, for example, pulled out. But the investigation here does not seem to be targeting these two banks. It just simply is asking them questions.
Yeah, they're like, did you have the right scrutiny? Did you do the due diligence? And that's where we are in the questions.
Exactly. What kinds of red flags could you have potentially gotten that you ignored and continued doing business that JPMorgan, for example, saw and flagged and said no mas?
It's so interesting when you have this paired with, say, Standard Chartered fines for going against Iranian sanctions, and also you have the 1MDB issue with Goldman. It's like you wonder if all of this is going to make CEOs want to pare back risk or be a lot more careful with who they get in bed with at the end of the day.
You say pare back risk. I think very bloated risk management teams, because you've got to have a lot of lawyers kind of poring over all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how many layers do you need to go through to make sure you get the full scrutiny so that there aren't these situations in the future?